Hi everybody, I hope you're all doing well. We're here with a general reading. Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. We are using the Fountain Tarot deck today. Fountain. Alright, we're starting off with the Two of Coins. Prioritizing. There could be something that you're trying to figure out. You could be going between two things. What it looks like to me is kind of managing the things that are on your plate right now. Maybe trying to be most effective with what it is that you have going on. There may be multiple ways to do what you're trying to do right now. Yeah, I'm definitely getting this. If you're prioritizing what you need to do, you are not going to drown in the tasks at hand. Yeah, there we go. King of Swords. You want to be making executive decisions. You want to be really thinking about what you're doing. You want to be very mindful, assertive. Looks like this has to do with your personal life, actually. So there may be some organizing that you're doing within your personal life, prioritizing that you're doing in your personal life. There may be an important discussion that's happening, or it being important that you're very clear with somebody that you're speaking with. What I'm getting is that if you are tending to everything with a sense of timeliness and orderliness, nothing is going to get out of order. It's just about maintaining and staying on everything. And being very mindful of your words. I'm looking at both the King of Swords and also the Magician here. There's a focus on Mercury with the Magician. So there may be something that you are creating, making when it comes to the throat chakra. It could be anything with communication, writing, contracts, networking, technology too. There may be something that's weighing heavily on you that you're doing alone, or it may be bothering you that you're more so alone to be doing something. We're looking at the Magician and also the Hermit here as the two major arcanas that are out right now. So this speaks about Mercury energy. It also speaks about Virgo. So there may be some things that really need your attention. You're going to need to be detail oriented. You may be more so on your own dealing with this and kind of coming to a conclusion. There's a lot of thinking energy here with you, but it seems like thinking and figuring things out and making plans and sorting through things that are going to take effect physically within your environment. And that may be actually what's motivating you to take this time right now to really think about things, to think about what you want to create, to think about the conversations that you're having, to be mindful of where your brain is going, where you're allowing it to go as well, and where you're directing it. May definitely be some things that you're worrying about, feeling worried about. Because you may, I get the sense of feeling like you're on your own with something that you're doing, kind of like, I'm the one that has to make this thing or create this thing or think about this or figure this out, and I'm alone to do that. Or you may be not trying to get other people involved in whatever this is that you have going on. Like maybe it's something that you want to keep more private, or that you are. But what I'm seeing definitely is that although you may be feeling worried, I'm not really seeing you announce that. I'm seeing you kind of keep it more so to yourself. This may also be like a more common thing for you that you're used to dealing with. Okay. Maybe oscillating between like seeing people and socializing and then kind of going and being by yourself too. Because we go from the Hermit to the Three of Cups, and the Hermit's kind of like being solo on your own, privately taking care of your business, doing things independently. And then the Three of Cups is kind of like a joining of forces. And so there may be somebody that you're socializing with. There can be like an event, a party, a gathering, a social gathering. I kind of get this sense of you sort of like coming out of a cave to then go to something where there are other people there, but you've sort of been keeping to yourself or doing things on your own. So it may feel like a stark contrast or even difference with what you were doing before and then going to join whatever this is that you're connecting with. Yeah, I'm seeing you go socialize and then be like, I need a break from this. So you may be going somewhere and connecting with people, and then right after you're like, I need a break. I need to relax a little bit. You may feel kind of drained and feel like you need to recharge your battery. You have some sort of say in the way that this social thing goes, is what I'm seeing. So you kind of get to decide what your limit is, and I'm seeing you also need to, and it can be an event, it can be people wanting to see you. There are many different things that this can be, but it has to do with like you socializing essentially, or connecting with people, you and other people. And what I'm seeing is that there's like something socially that you need to prioritize, that you feel like you're balancing with the stuff that you are already taking care of. So you may feel kind of like, I have a lot that I'm doing on my own independently, where like you may not have a lot of support, or like other people don't really know what it is that you have going on. Because again, I'm seeing you be in a more private energy right now, like more solitary. And then I'm seeing you be also managing something having to do with a social setting. And you also get the one to create the rules, is what I'm seeing, because you need to communicate. See, whatever this is that you're doing, I'm seeing that you're going to participate in it, but you may also find it draining. And so you have to be the one that advocates for yourself and be like, I can only hang out for this amount of time, or like the party can only go on for like this duration, and then I need to rest. So it's like about prioritizing your rest and also prioritizing what you have going on socially for you too. But I'm with the King of Swords energy, you're going to have to be the one to say, it's kind of like the party's not going to stop, or this socializing or the inviting is not going to stop happening unless you be the one to say, hey, I need to take a break here. Like you're the one that has to kind of manifest that conversation. You're stepping into a more assertive energy and really thinking about yourself and what you need. Because I'm also seeing you, there's a lot that you have going on right now, and there's a lot that you're making happen. And so you having rest is also very important too, because there are times where you're exerting a lot of energy. I'm seeing you really leaning into your Mercury energy, which is like you're very much in your head, using your brain, your thoughts, your like divine connection and inspiration, communicating, needing to pay attention to detail, needing to be very specific and particular about what you're doing. And that's draining. And so you also making sure that you're taking rest and like giving your brain rest and making sure that you're sleeping and eating and doing everything else that is not related to air energy is also going to be important too. Because I kind of get I'm seeing like your brain and how you are using like this headspace be kind of like a computer, that a supercomputer that is running right now. And so like if you keep leaving it on without shutting it off or restarting it or giving it time to like recharge and all of that, you know, your battery is going to get low and you're going to like overheat, we can say. So it's important that even though you do have a lot on your plate that you're balancing right now, you have to also prioritize your rest. That is also very important too. So that's like an actual thing as well, if you get what I'm saying. But I'm seeing you be in a spot where it's like, I gotta work, 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 work. No rest. No rest, no sleep. But that's just part of the... It's part of the narrative that doesn't allow you to enjoy. We get into these cycles where when we are associating our worth with our work and what we're getting done, we forget, or kind of because we're putting it in the front, because we associate our worth with the work that we're doing and our output and all of that, it's like we feel guilty when we rest or when we need a break. Because rather than seeing ourselves as just being able to be like stagnantly in one place and still be worthy, it's like I'm only worthy if I'm like working. Or maybe you had like a parent that really prioritized work and talked about work all the time and what they're doing and very service oriented, or like getting things done and wanting to be useful. And so like that's really what it comes down to. Like I'm seeing this heavy Capricorn energy where it's like, if I'm not useful, if I'm not doing something, then like what am I even doing here? You know, it's like being very attached to these worldly things of like needing to feel important and like I'm getting things done, and again like useful, and what can I do for you, and what am I doing for myself, and how am I making money, and I have tasks that need to get done. But to the point where it's like, seeing these two cards together, this is the Five of Swords, it's ad nauseum. It's to the point where it's like this overworking that is happening, because it's like, if I'm not working, if I'm not doing this, if I'm not accumulating, then I'm worthless. It's like that voice in your head that's like, keep working. It doesn't matter if you're tired, you don't get a break, and you don't get to enjoy like what you've collected for yourself either, because it's never going to be enough. It's like that sort of energy. So it's like coming from a lack mentality where it's this feeling of never being enough. And I'm seeing you kind of like be on your own facing this right now. There definitely feels like a sort of fixation on work related things for you and what you're getting done. Like how Mercury and how the Magician and the Devil are sitting here. I'm seeing like there's a lot that's going on within the work realm for you, and then kind of when you're alone, which may sort of also be part of the reason why you want to avoid being alone or not doing anything. It's like you have to hear this, you know? It's like that radio station that you can't turn off, that you don't want to be listening to. But you may have been avoiding something, and now it's going to be time to face it. Yeah, I'm looking at the Ace of Swords. I'm seeing like the Ace of Swords being a very clear glass house that you are now able to see through, connected with the psyche space for you. So maybe seeing something now that you hadn't been seeing before. You can also have people putting pressure on you too. Maybe you feel like if you don't do certain social things, and if you take a break for yourself, like that sense of feeling guilty. You want to be mindful of who you're spending time with. That's definitely going to impact this for you. Like if you're already struggling mentally and you're around people whose energy is like more dense, you're already in a space where it's like harder for you to sort of transmute that energy because you're already feeling drained, and so you're going to be like hit kind of more strongly by their energy, like impacted more. So you're realizing that you have an opportunity that maybe you weren't seeing before. With the Emperor, this is like an opportunity that you may be creating or making. This can be for you to actually be in charge of something. Or this would have to do with, like, in general, what it is that you're building within your life. Can have to do with your long term. But I do definitely see the Emperor as being like an entrepreneur sort of energy. And we're looking at the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands here. So it's like maybe an opportunity that you weren't seeing clearly before, or like you needed to kind of clear something out within your head space to be able to see this opportunity clearly. Now that's happening. But there was definitely like some heavy energy that you needed to move through first that was kind of getting in the way and quite distracting actually. Yeah, okay, so there's a door that you are able to go through, but it seems like this may not be the easiest choice for you to make, especially if you're not believing in yourself. Because I'm looking at the Strength card coming out. This is like, if you believe that you are resilient and you believe that you are capable and you believe in like your power and your creativity, Strength card is Leo. So think about all of the things that Leo and the Sun represent. It's like your vitality, very much your strength and your courage, your willingness to be seen and to shine and to be original and authentic and to express yourself. And so there, and also do what you want to do, because it also has to do with your willpower as well. And so if you're like vitality and your energy is low and you're like, I'm not believing in myself, and you're kind of like sucking your energy inward, then it's not going to be able to express, and it's not going to be like fully charged. And this is all just having to do with the mindset that you're adopting here. But if you're like, I'm creative, I'm capable, I'm able to do this, I want to do this, and there's a sense of determination there, this is going to be an option that you see as being viable for you. And I do, like, with this strength card in particular, I definitely see it as like this feeling of being capable and letting yourself shine and doing what you want to do, like allowing yourself to be seen. Like the way that the light hits on this card in this angle, see how like the light goes like that and it just shines on this person? It's like putting yourself front and center and getting something done. And the thing with the Sun too is that, like, the Sun and the Leo energy, it's masculine energy. So it's about like taking all of the creativity and all of the chaos and doing something with it. So it's like taking those ideas that you have and expressing them and trusting yourself and believing in yourself. Like this card feels very much like self-trust and self-belief. And like, it's okay if nobody else believes that I can do this. I believe that I can do it, and so I'm going to do it. It reminds me of like the opposite of the Five of Pentacles. There's definitely a sense of so much fear here, but I'm seeing this be like really internalized for you. I'm very much less so seeing this be like the actual reality of what's happening outside of yourself. I'm seeing this be like, I've been through hard stuff in the past. What if it's going to be the same? I'm going to struggle for it. I'm seeing like a really negative self-talk space that can be really difficult sometimes. So it's really like this battle between like your ungrounded air energy and what it is that you're taking on, and also this part of your energy that like really wants to shine and be bright and be out there. But there's like, for some of you, you may feel like you have like crippling anxiety or something like that, because this Ten of Swords is like so intense. You see how this person is just like bent over and they feel like their thoughts are crushing them. It can be one of those situations where it's like there's no way out. So maybe something is getting to a point where it's becoming really intense, where for some of you this can be somebody around you that you're like, I cannot be in your energy anymore, like I'm not suited for this right now. It's not something that I can do. And for others of you, this can be like a part of yourself that this is like a really tremendous amount of shadow work that you are working through right now with this part of yourself that you feel has become an adversary in a way that you're working with, to be able to get you out on the other side. Because I'm definitely seeing an opportunity that you'd be interested in wanting to take, but then there's this part of yourself that's really been beating you down, that's like, don't take the risk, don't be seen, don't put yourself out there, or like you're not good enough, or imposter syndrome, things like that. But like this seems like it's even becoming maybe clinical for you, like it would be feeling like how much this is intruding upon you and your decision. So I'm definitely seeing something that you feel it's a priority now to be balancing out for yourself. It really feels like this really deep fear of being vulnerable. So this is going to be, you may be really, really focusing on, what I'm getting is what's really going to help you is doing like heart chakra exercises. So like reading about what it looks like when the heart chakra is closed, and reading about or learning about how to open it up and how to get that pumping and running. Because it's going to, when you have your heart chakra open, it's not just about being more loving in your relationships. It's like being in touch with your inner child, being in touch with like play and creativity and fun and joy and being able to smile. Like think about the 5th house with the heart. So yeah, it's all of that stuff that encompasses within it. And I'm seeing this definitely be associated with like old pain residue of what you've been through in the past. But now that you're beginning to see things more clearly, like the way that this 3 of Swords is, and where I feel like this is going, is that this 3 of Swords in particular, like see how the heart is clear. So even though you can see like what has pained you and like what is sticking in there, there's a clearness with this 3 of Swords. And so what it looks like to me is that you're able to kind of pinpoint what this is that has like hurt you, or you feel like has damaged you in some way, or what was like the catalyst of like some sort of trauma, pain, things like that. And now it's just a matter of like fixing it. It's a matter of addressing it. So now that you've like pinpointed what these things are, it's a matter of like pulling these out. So that's where we are getting to with all of this. So it's a matter of healing now. All right, we are looking at Mercury, Virgo, Capricorn, and Leo. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for connecting. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.